But that's not the only thing, like the only game actively on the EOS.
Can you guys see my screen?
Um, yes.
Yeah.
Like 3 portals and an open one. All right, cool.
Yep.
Cool. I think.
Yeah,
that
get
we're
your
gonna be
ghost
alright.
up.
Shoot, 94. Well, you know what? Like, let's see. If we pop something crazy, that might be a problem. But we'll handle that situation if we get there. All right.
I don't think I
cool.
have much ghost on me to send you.
No, I have a different account. Let me, this is just like, I have an account just for streaming that I move everything to. That way I don't have to, like, be up on the Trezor, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start streaming now. Let me see, or start recording. Cool. All right, cool, recording. All right, cool. Hefe, you're there?
Yeah. I'm streaming now, so I rebooted
Alright,
my
cool.
stream.
All right, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. Thank you for being patient. Let me get back into the channel. Cool,
So-
still a bunch of us here. All right, let's do this. So, I'm gonna just go left to right. Let's go with 1024 first.
Let's go.
What is this, like our 5th inaugural portal opening?
I think it's our third.
Really?
Puñeta, frena aquí.
We got some mic interference. Not sure who that was. Let me see. Cool. Let's hope these fees get through. That's not too bad.
Oh, so sexy.
Dude, I've been spoiled like by opening so many portals. I got used to it, but it's true. I mean, they're not exactly cheap, so
I
you
gotta
have to hear
change that
shit
to
too
my
often.
ringtone, like a portal opening. Like just
Yo, that is wild.
that'd be sick as fuck.
Text notification.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
let's
like
go
exactly.
for
Yeah, I get a text and it's like a portal open, like.
it.
I'm actually gonna sample
That'd be
some of
sick
these
as
Yeah,
fuck.
send
sounds.
that MP3 or whatever.
Yo, damn, I gotta do that
I
now.
went through, so let me just hit a refresh. There we go. All right, suck up front. The cave
Let me see that
Decent
bell
energy.
curve.
real quick. You know,
Here we go.
bro, I think that energy. I've been really debating mentally, like, is energy going to be something people care about, like on the high end more, or on the? Because what I've also thought is that they're going to have like at least a floor on each stat. So no matter how, shitty, or well, not how shitty, but let's say like your Zen Gachi, you're gonna have like still some kind of speed that's the default speed that's gonna be like can't be too bad,
Until I
right?
hit that road.
Right. So like I think maybe people would just kind of like since there'll be like this base that Gachis carry, right? Like everybody, no matter what, will have like this base minimum of energy, like in terms of like carrying capacity. Maybe it might be a better move to get faster Gachis.
Or Gachi energy drink.
This one's kind of cool looking. I like this one. But again, a mid-weight Gachi, right down the middle. Want to be on the left or the right. Nothing too crazy here either.
Nothing yet.
Meh. Meh. Okay, now we're cooking a
All
bit.
right. All right.
Yeah, man. So
There we
this
go.
is a good stack, Gachi. I'd be
Not
happy.
too bad.
Yeah, I'd be happy with this. Thank you, Gachi Lords.
That's a cutie, right? there.
Yeah, it's the same buys kind of that you were into, but great stats, right? One mythical roll and one definitely a rare roll, I think, with the 95. And
I like ETH Gachis too.
I like any crypto gachi. I'm cool as long as so many portals I've opened. I've had to go with the stable coin gachi. We speculate that they like made them better stat wise for some reason. Like they just roll better stats. Like, but that could just be anecdotal kind of shit. But yeah, this is a keeper for sure.
Aren't there more stable coins than assets as far as Gachi goes?
Maybe, I don't know. That's an interesting
Because
suggestion.
I'd like to see some more variety on Han 3 whenever that comes. To be honest with you.
I thought they were just going to do ghost Gachis. Which I was.
Oh, that's super meta. Yeah, that's super meta. Like only ghost, hold ghost. Yeah, it would definitely pump ghost. That's interesting.
I'm surprised they didn't do that.
Oh, it's coming.
I feel like
Yeah, for
well,
sure.
I feel like they're waiting for Ghost to be staked on Abe because once Ghost is on Abe, then you get the A token for Ghost, right?
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Genius.
Good point.
So pretty good Bitcoin gachi. I don't mind it. Ooh, the sub graph is 51 blocks behind. I never seen that little message before. That's new. That's pretty
I've
cool.
never seen that before either.
Yeah.
74 blocks behind.
It's a front end thing, so like at least they can let people know why the front end's being janky and like
Yeah, it disappears after it catches up.
like even though the pet went through, like it still might look weird to you like on the front end and stuff like that. And it does, it's in line to go through, but this is actually pretty good stats for speed and then small brain size. I think people rightly so have been talking a little bit more in the chat. I've noticed about the importance of like aggression, like being able to defend and attack with your gachi so that you can, you know, protect your alchemica. But to me, that's something that is I'm really trying to take into account the fact that it's probably going to take a while for them to get us out into the grid and doing PvP and things like that with the liquidators. And so I've been leaning more towards like what's going to work in this city, typically, kind of in my thought process. And then maybe I can compensate with some of the money I make farming and stuff like that and get some gachis that would favor the grid as like that comes to fruition. Maybe a lot of like low BRS, like crappy gachis, but are good mules and stuff will be really valuable as like city gachis. And then you'll have to really like to be viable out in the grid, maybe have like a 520, 530 BRS gachi that's your cannon that like not only can carry and is fast, but then can whoop ass. So far it's still like this guy right here. It's a winner for sure. High defense, like high carrying, like this could even ride out in the grid, I feel like, right? Like as a little tank, kind of like the last one that we sub in on White Rangers.
It's a tanky mule.
Yeah, tanky mule, and then like I'm still confused about gentle aggression, or I guess like maybe it's gonna be some kind of like people speculate maybe like a ranged attack.
Yeah, I was
don't
thinking
know.
like ranged or magic or something, you know. But that's
Are
all.
there going to
who
be
knows?
healing? Or is there going to be healing in the game? Like healing classes?
Well, so point there, I remember something about that, and that's what I thought Zen was gonna map to. I thought Zen was gonna be like, oh, like a gachi that can heal or like restore health to himself or other gachis, but then like they kind of affirm that nah, that's carrying capacity. So I really don't know. Like to me, aggression would make sense as like, oh, maybe like the top end, like really like high aggression is where like your gachi does really like slow attacks but hard, and then like the low end of aggression maybe is like a faster attack speed with a like a higher hit rate or something.
Yeah, it would make sense for it to range from like DPS to heals.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, and they got all these Blizzard people now, and like part of me was super happy about that, but part of me was also super worried about that because, yeah, like I was a WoW player. I've been there. I've seen game economies like crumble, um, or like auction houses go crazy and stuff like that. So hopefully, like one of the things that I kind of liked about Avagachi was that they were kind of, non-game designer people kind of coming up with a game. So hopefully they speak up and they still have like their opinions like go through.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Blizzard people are just to like create stuff to do in the game.
Yeah, like quests and stuff.
But Buterin, they just mentioned that again about how Vitalik like created Ethereum because they nerfed his shaman craft. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've heard about that.
So I mean, Havagachi hiring Blizzard people tracks pretty hard with the narrative. So
Yeah, I mean, like, I hope that the guy that they hired seems to have worked on some of the older stuff too, and like, I already kind of see it like in some of their lingo. The other day they were talking about, and then we'll get back to opening the portal. But the other day they were talking about how, oh, we don't want to punish, we want to reward everybody, and we want like people to feel good that they go through their game with the achievements. We don't want to subtract, and that's like very much of a Blizzard mantra, where like you get achievements and you get like badges and medals, and it's like very additive, not subtractive, and not like punishing. So I thought that was kind of interesting because I was like, when I heard that, I was like, I've heard this before, you know. So we'll see. I think they'll nail it though. So this is a really really on the other end of the spectrum low. Like
Wow.
this is like a midweight gachi. 360 is there's probably only like 30 or 40 gotchis 360 and lower. But the thing is, to me, it's always a risk. And like when I'm shopping for the guild, I'm just trying to get the best player gotchis, and I just can't imagine unless people make specific apps or games or dApps that benefit midwit gotchis, why they would be good. This just seems like, all right, this is going to be horrible at low aggression. This is going to be horrible at low spookiness. Not, okay at it, right? But I don't know. Who knows?
It's just a gotcha with Down syndrome.
I guess. So 470 again, like we've been getting pretty good stat rolls. Like this is pretty good. Like this gives you a choice kind of between those two gotchis.
That's not bad at all. It's just
Do you want? Yeah, this is a myth roll with a myth roll with a rare roll.
It's not bad.
Yeah, like it's not, they're not the best gotchis, but you really gotta like look at them optimistically, because it seems like the way that the numbers have been rolling, that there will just be specialization in the game, and somehow that they will, with wearables, allow people to like really specialize in 2 traits or 3 traits or 1 trait and still make a useful gotchi that's worth something. So 459, again, another mythical roll. This has been a pretty good portal. Like
Makes you realize that when you open up all these portals, it just makes you realize like how lucky you are to get like a double myth,
Oh yeah, man. We've opened up a lot. Hefe, what's the number on double myths, right? It's like in the 200s, no?
I think in total we have roughly 200 double myths. I think 80 of them are Haunt 1, roughly, and then the rest are Haunt 2. So not that many.
Yeah.
So 100
myth, eyes, and eye shape, eye color. Right.
double myths in Haunt 2. Yeah, you did. It's a tether gotchi with like the tether eyes, but they're neon. So it's like the neon eye color. But this is pretty. I like these eyes a lot, man. Like if I was just picking gotchis,
those are unique.
I really like how like this gotchi's eyes look, and you can see it's a mythical high on the color, but also uncommon high with that rectangular shape. But the rest of the stuff sucks. So
it's a good portal.
Yeah, there's choices here, and yeah, nothing crazy. See, like this is a portal to me that really lends itself to getting on the tool, because it really lets you see like the couple that we may choose between on cleaner view, and we have some ideas to enhance this. But you can see this is like a pretty nice roll of a gotchi. 2 rares, so you got the rare spook, then you got a mythical roll, and then there's hope here. Right, and you can see that this other gotchi kind of that we paused at, this 470, kind of sets up the same way. But for me personally, this is a no-brainer, because I just rather have a gotchi that is crypto, not a stable coin. But you can see the other ones kind of pop out that rolled pretty nice too, right? You're always looking for these pinks, greens, or blues. That's where you want to be. But nothing else kind of really crazy. So this one was really straightforward, and this is our best bet. And I actually really like this, because I think, like I was suggesting to you before, that mule gotchis could be very valuable. Like so here's the way I think it's going to work. So I've seen some people put it in writing. You're going to have to like drop your Alchemica in a hole, and that's what writes it to the chain. It's like a save point. And somebody can correct me if they think it'll work differently.
No, you're
but
right.
That's what I've kind of gleaned.
Yeah. I heard the same thing.
Something like that, right, Hefe? Yeah. And so like okay, you're carrying all this Alchemica, and your client, and let's say like you're in this instance with everybody else, and your gotchi is full, and you have to go back, because you can't do anything else until you have more space. So the speed gotchis are really great at collecting quickly, but then you got to run back more often, where like somebody like this gotchi would be really great about just going about collecting the Alchemica, having to hit the deposit less often, and potentially sink to the chain less often, which is actually interesting thing to even think about, because it might cost like more money. And that's something that I've thought of. Like, I wonder if they're going to subsidize like some of those kinds of fees for syncing, or how they're going to batch that stuff, because it's going to be really crazy to try to watch some of these things scale.
Yeah.
Polygon's gonna clap once this game launches.
Well,
for
luckily
better or
they've
for worse.
luckily they've thought out their coding process, like their smart contracts, really well. Like Sunflower Farms, what they were doing is essentially, if you want to compare it to like what Avagachi is doing, it would be like if every piece of Alchemica you farmed was one transaction. That's basically what Sunflower Farms was doing. So like
Yeah, like if every token you picked up.
Yeah, but
was,
even
like,
with
right
even
in-
with that, I think it's just it'll be interesting to see like just how the volume and Polygon kind of like handles it, because even with the way their smart contracts are probably way more efficient and well written, like to kind of condense that and batch it, etc. Like it's probably still going to be this game's going to just be redonkulous.
the founders,
I was assuming it would just be claim functions, just similar to like friends rewards.
Maybe, that's kind of a little bit beyond me, like in terms of like what the best strategy would be in terms of how they would batch or what transaction they would execute like on the contract.
Yeah, you got to put that on the user. I'm gonna assume it's all claim functions.
Yeah. But that's interesting, right? Because it's like in the fucking, imagine being in the game and like you have all this Alchemica and like you're in the middle of like a gas war, like a gas spike, and you're like, guys, I haven't turned it in. I gotta farm. I gotta keep going.
I mean, you can just wait and claim it until gas goes down.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe like I don't know. They'll come up with some kind of cool batching or something like that.
Because like with friends rewards, that just stacks. So like if I don't want to do friends today, I can just do more tomorrow.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but the way that like I think that the Alchemica is gonna work is that like while you're playing real time, you kind of have to at one point empty out your gachi, and so it's like if you can't empty out your gachi or you want to wait to empty out your gachi, is that gonna like prevent you from continuing to collect Alchemica, or like how does that state get preserved? Maybe in your browser, like maybe they just save it, but then like how do they like prevent cheating and stuff like that? So
No, it's got to be all on their end. You make a good point though. That kind of makes me want to make sure I got multiple gachi so I can just swap them out.
There's no
that's
such thing
that's
as
actually
too many
another
gachis.
interesting thing. You could literally like just be like, oh, I'm gonna like swap it out, like while I wait for it, and just fill this one up until the next cycle. Pretty interesting stuff.
Gang, gang.
Yeah. There's gonna be a bunch of crazy things that people do. Let's see, it's like at 600 now. Any names get thrown up? Let's see. The theater chat.
Ferris Mueller.
Harris Mueller. I like that one because it's a mule. I'll save the Dread Pirate Roberts for the next one. That boy. How would you spell that? Ferris Mueller. Does that look right?
yeah,
Maybe apostrophe or
yeah.
it like mule apostrophe R.
Maybe.
Because that kind of looks like Mueller. I don't know.
Mueller. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like this? No, like this.
Like the word mule and then apostrophe.
Oh. Like this. Something like that.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think they'll get the point though. Let's kill the apostrophe. That's like Mueller. Like, let's do like Mew. Like,
Oh, MEW. Wait.
MEWLR. Mew.
That looks right.
I think I'm just gonna leave it like this.
I love how
We might be
your
at this all
girlfriend's
night.
like helping you spell it out correctly. It's perfect.
Did
Team
you really
right
write Gregachi Maxwell? Well, Satagatoshi Gachimoto. Those have to be Bitcoin ones.
Sagoshi
Those gotta be,
Gachimoto.
gotta be Bitcoin ones. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right. Let's try the middle one this time.
I got the touchstone out. I'm ready.
Dude, the fees for Polygon are jumping around everywhere.
That's good. I gotta buy some more freaking Polygon.
Some more Matic.
Everything's on sale
More
again.
Matic.
Yeah, everything's on sale for sure.
Dude, Bitcoin's sub 40 and it's not really punching back over. It's like,
Good. Hopefully it'll pump my NFTs.
in crypto value, yeah. Yeah, Ethereum sub 3,000 right now.
I'm getting ready for like a massive PFP blue chip pump with this Twitter like integration thing. Like a freaking rocket.
Oh, that's a good start. Whenever like something's like a good stat gotcha like this in the start, I get excited because the portal tends to continue to be pretty good.
I always wonder if the first VRF roll is like the initial rarity of the whole portal. You know what I mean? And then 10 Avogachis within that threshold. I wonder if it's like
You
a
know-
two.
I haven't found enough like good Avogachis to make like some kind of anecdotal thing in my mind where it's like, yeah, like I found this pattern when I found like a 540. But I do have this like little tingly feeling that it always starts with like a decent gotcha up front.
Yeah, I agree.
Like this is a winner. Like that's a hell of a roll on the energy and the brain size. And this one's workable. This is a throw, but it's not a bad gotcha and it's cool. I like the blue eyes. I like those round eyes. So not a good second start. Big time midweight. We've gotten some low ones. 380, 360. That's like pretty low. Look at these stats, right? So this is an interesting gotcha. These are really throws, but what it ended up doing is throwing these real high. I mean, this thing's fast and aggressive. So this could potentially do good in like whatever PvP. Like I think there's gonna be some kind of arena and stuff, so that's gonna be dope. And then I think majority of the PvP will be liquidators though versus gotchis. So this could be useful. This would be like a grid gotchi.
So is it cheating if I like type this portal number into your website?
No, I mean you can get ahead of it if you want. Yeah.
Well,
He's
I'm not gonna-
he's
I'm not
front
gonna-
running your
I'm not gonna
portal, dude.
spoil it. We'll go. We'll see.
Yeah, keep it to yourself. You know, like the
My
highest.
Ranger's front running the portal right now.
Yeah, the highest BRS one always pops up like in the top. So if there's something higher, you know, don't make a squeal.
My mic was
so-
muted.
Oh,
Oh!
nice Kachi.
531.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Save it, dude. Always
With mythical
really cool
eyes.
I don't think I've seen those eyes.
Whoa.
Mythical eyes too.
Dude, what a fucking roll.
You guys know that we got this. Be honest.
I did. That's it's like holy shit.
Yeah, I mean that's always a great feeling.
Those
I mean,
eyes are epic. They're like
It is-
vampire eyes.
Those are dope.
The anticipation was killing me. I was like, I gotta see.
and
Oh my God.
this is a combat gotcha. You know, warlike, huge brain size. The spookiness is kind of a throw. Supposedly lower spooky is going to be evasion, so there's like a little bit of evasion in there, which is like definitely an add if this was like a gotcha that would be like in the arena and like decent speed. You know, you throw a God, what's it called? A portal mage set on this guy, and it'll probably rock out pretty good
For
for
sure.
sure in the arena.
That's a sick looking gotcha.
I love the eyes though.
It's almost
Really
a
do.
double almost a
I'm
double
not like a
myth,
huge
too.
fan of that eye shape, but with that color, it's cool. Oh, I know, dude. Wow, look at that.
Almost
It's
a
like,
double
3
myth.
points off.
Yeah.
So cool, but you know what? I'd be interesting once we summon this gotcha. It'd be interesting to see how it ranks on gotcha decks. You know,
What if
So
the next
gotcha
one's a
decks will tell you-
580 though?
that could totally happen. And if it is, they're super quiet over there. Like I don't know how they're 4 more gotchas to go through. Well, 5 because you got to include 0.
So
But
that's a hundy to summon that little guy.
it's a hundy. We don't even have enough in here. So I'll have to gather it up after the next portal and get it out. But let's see. Hopefully this doesn't choice because sometimes you'll end up with 2 really good guys.
Yeah.
Special? Nothing special. okay, not a bad gachi. Like, see what I mean? Like the portal like started well. You get a 507 here and a 531, and we started off with like a good, decent, well-statted 480. So I don't know. Maybe the hypothesis is kind of semi being confirmed. And all right, cool. So the choice is clear. So let's bask in its glory again. I really like those eyes. I almost want to see, even on take a little detour really quick. Head over to ghost.gg. Whoops, let's go market. And then it was double to the right, right? Yeah. Like a 95 and 99.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe was it a 99 or let's see, was it on the other
I think
end?
it was
It
on
was
the
a
other
zero. It was a zero. That's why the pink is the zero and the neon green is on the right side of the bell curve on the mythical color. So nothing. Like, I mean, I guess these right here, right? These two. That's it right there. But it just looks cool with the blue. It's this guy right here, X Nerdy. So I mean, it's a 497, so they felt that it's at least worth listing at 1410. We have no historical on what's sold, but all right.
Hey, my girlfriend's pretty upset about those gotchis.
Well, so here's what happened. I forgot that they were in this account. I'm not even gonna lie. This is the stream account, and I have to move them over to the auto petting service account, and I'm really embarrassed. I apologize.
But you are going to move them, right?
I'm gonna move
Yeah.
them tonight. Yeah,
Right on.
I was shocked. I was surprised to see them there, and like it went straight to the core.
Little gotchi orphanage there.
They're not too neglected.
May I
like,
have some more
they're-
porridge?
Thank God I just found them. Yeah, because there's even an H1 in there that we like summoned, and I forgot to move over.
Oliver the Gachi.
Well, it's good that you waited till gas fee. High, dude.
That last portal opening we did, we dropped like 15 ghosts. It was like in the middle of the sunflower stuff.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yo, what's
Did
up?
we really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Each gachi was like 3 or 4 ghosts. There we go.
That's crazy.
Not a good start, but we don't know that this means not a good portal.
Definitely like an Asian Gachi.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those of you who are Asian. I didn't mean any offense.
410,
That
420.
geisha set looks cool.
That
Yeah, the
geisha set
geisha
would look
is
cool
really
with that
cool.
gotchi actually.
It's meant for this gachi.
Yeah, literally.
Actually,
Yeah,
I feel
literally.
like this is what they used in like the image that they dressed it. So crappy, decent stats, not bad. I like that tiny brain and warlike with the creepy. You know, if this was the worst gachi, this is a floor gachi. Move for 500 ghosts all day. These eyes, man, they've been popping up everywhere for us tonight.
Yeah.
Again, not a bad stat gachi. Just can work with this. You can make a player character out of this. Ooh, look at that roll.
Yeah.
That's I believe, yeah, that's a mythical. Yeah, negative would be a godlike. Good stats on this one too. Pretty nice. Did you guys cheat? Yes, you cheated. For sure.
No, we
I-
almost did, but it feels like it's blue.
Okay, let's go to that last one. Go back.
I've just been skipping because like lately it's like if it's not in the blue at least it's like me. This is not bad though. This is cool and I like those eyes, like the really detailed pixelated eyes.
Yeah, it's great.
This is definitely going to be one for the portal scanner. So listen, I'm not going to be greedy. I always enjoy when we're on stream and we pull anything pink. So it was another great night. Let's get this guy in here so we can make a more informed decision. So we got one great mule gachi. We got, oops, what happened here? Did I copy and paste the wrong thing? No. Maybe the tool went down. Oh, you know what's up? The graph being off is affecting this too. This 58 block is definitely messing with our stuff too, so we might not be able to use this. Come on. Yeah, it looks like maybe it hasn't synced up to the graph yet that we actually opened this portal. So let's do it the old way. Let's see what we got. Or something. Probably between this 482 because of looks, these double rare lows. You've only got one stat to work with here. I'm not actually I wouldn't pull that. This guy or this guy. If I had to eyeball this, I would choose between this guy right here, 92 and 7 on the tiny, but this stable coin overall seems better statistics wise. Like that lineup is you can kind of work with wearables that will push. There's certain wearables that will push everything on to the right. And so since you get to sacrifice that brain size, it doesn't really matter. So you can shop for, you know, any item that will increase your speed, and speed and aggression, or speed and spook, or aggression and spook, and just the brain's a throw. So even if that item comes with a negative or a positive for the brain, you really just don't care. Without the tool, I would pick this one. Let's just do a double check really quick. But you like the tool really helps. You end up opening so many of these that like you just become like tired, and it's just really hard. Oh, let's see, that went away. Let's see if that works now. You become tired, and it becomes harder to like pick between two gotchas that may be like, there it goes, yeah. Cool. So all these gotchas are kind of like really similar. You know what I mean? Nothing really sticks out. So this is just kind of a better way to visualize it all for yourself. And you can see the one that I was leaning towards, it kind of lights up. But to be frank, it's more of a choice of which stats you would like, because I find this gotcha right here and this gotcha pretty much equal, and you can see it by the sequencing of the colors, right? You have 2 rares and an uncommon, 2 rares and an uncommon. They're just distributed differently. But up here, you know, you got 3 uncommons, 2 uncommons and a rare, but the rare rolled in the eyes. And here was the best gotcha, which rolled 3 rares and 1 uncommon, but 2 of those ended up in the eyes. So like just from a stat basis, to me, picking either this one, or even possibly this one, if you really cared about like that mythical stat. But the choice to me is definitely between number 5 and number 2. And it's really hard to make decisions like this without official information from the game. So it would really be speculative. To me, this would seem a gotcha that's solely focused on attacking, and either in a ranged form or in a physical form, or whatever the combination of low brain and high aggression would do. But again, I'm like more on that vibe of like city gotchas. Like, okay, well, this guy can get around quick, you know, maybe have a little arena play, you know, definitely useful in the grid as well if you're fast and you can attack. Where maybe this won't be useful at all in the city for a while. Maybe for mini games, maybe for like arena when it becomes like a PvP thing, but certainly it becomes much more useful when the grid's enabled. So the only thing that really other besides that messes with me is like, damn, like I don't really like to summon USDC gotchas, and today we will be sacrificing $125 of cryptocurrency in a time when cryptocurrency is crashing. So it could crash further, and it could work out really great. And you're stabilizing some of that, right? But I generally like to speculate, so I like to buy cryptocurrency gotchas. But I'm really much leaning towards this guy right here. Anybody have any thoughts about it?
I was kind of thinking the same. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like this one's cool as shit though. Like I really like those eyes, but it's like when I'm shopping for the guild, do I really care about eyes? Like I like to think about you guys. Look, we're all not going to be able to buy like 50 god freaking Christmas tree. You know, we got all sorts of like really great gotchis that I've picked out a little bit at a time. And now that you've seen some of the portals we've like put through, you can see some of these are pretty stacked on stats. You know, and like all different varieties. So like I thought this was pretty cool. This is like a -1 roll, which is pretty crazy. I had never seen that before.
That's pretty rare, actually. I don't think I've seen
Yeah,
that.
I have to look. I have to double check
Yeah.
it, make sure it's not like a aging stat.
Mm.
Which I got to do that because it stuck out to me. But I'm pretty sure that um, I plucked this out of a portal, but I can't remember because some of these I have bought off the off the bazaar. So yeah, you know, thanks everyone for coming again tonight. I'm gonna, you know, get some ghosts together to actually summon these. But likely I will be obviously the 531 I'll be summoning. So let me go back to take a look at that. But also I'll probably be pulling this one right here, just because I really feel that the energy will help in the short term in the Citadel, where I really think that the next 6 to 8 months of gameplay is going to occur when the game launches in a couple months.
Yeah, and just to kind of add too before you wrap up, Master Yin, like for those of you who want to hear earlier, we put the membership kind of statistics for 8-Bit Gamers Guild in the membership channel up on top. So be sure to check it out. Basically, like it's a preliminary kind of rundown of like what Master Yin and I were thinking about, like how to launch memberships and the different tiers and the benefits that we're thinking about. A lot of this is subject to change potentially because the game hasn't launched yet. So this is just kind of like, more or less like what we think is a good kind of starting point. And we would love input from you guys to make this better. And this is just kind of like one portion of it. We also are looking into roles, etc., for the Discord server and finding ways to gamify, contribution and, contributing to
Well, yeah,
like
so like
just
one of the
overall.
things that I wanted to also launch that I'll be working on this week is like a bounty board, and that's just going to be straight Ghost, and like it's going to be inspired by things that would make the Discord better, or like little layups that can be done either content wise or code wise, and start incentivizing participation. Where like the memberships, like this is really about, especially the Keck Lords, is really about getting in on the ground floor of 8-Bit GG. And 8-Bit GG is really going to be a sub DAO of 8-Bit DAO. And 8-Bit DAO is going to be, I mean, Master Yang and I have been collecting, blue chip PFPs, generative art, art blocks, you name it. We've been all over the place with this stuff, and we've just really enjoyed the whole community aspect of it, and we're just trying to get that a bit more organized. And most of our time though is going to be spent on like kind of this sub DAO, which is going to be like almost like the incubator and what some of these ideas can be tried, and which is like the 8-Bit Gamers Guild. And ideally, we would like to get a token sorted out and figured relatively soon. And anybody that's going to get in the Keck Lords beyond, all the membership benefits that you see listed that I kind of put out, it's also going to be somebody that's going to be eligible for unique roles and unique positions that are going to be very important and influential in shaping like which way the guild heads and what we do with the revenue we produce and like how we reward and send ghosts back down the channel or items and different kinds of rewards and things and 8-Bit GG token to all of our members, whether it's a Keck Lord, an Alpha Noble, or somebody that comes and just mints a friend NFT or this whole FOMO scholars thing that I have going on. Because to me, scholarships are going to work different than Axie, where Axie is scholarship, like the person's required to manage the person. We obviously have some ability to rely on the contract that they're designing. So like to me, the scholars is more of like people that just don't want to buy an Avagachi, and they just kind of want to use one of the guilds, learn about the game. Maybe they don't even want to pay the 25 ghosts for the Alpha Nobles, even though that's like a no-brainer. Especially with like the prizes that I'm about to show you guys that are going to be raffled away for anybody that kind of picks up a membership donation level, and they'll have a path to joining the guild and or earning their own Avagachi eventually. And then like people that just want to hang out and want to just keep hanging out in the chat channel, we're gonna let them mint a friend NFT where we'll airdrop our token in the future to those people, and maybe other cool things. But you know, again, I put some time to thinking about the benefits, and a lot of it is a little bit speculative because we don't know how the mechanics are going to work exactly with like, oh, how if the guild owns a bunch of land, how do we distribute that? How do we gate people and allow certain people on the land, and what they benefit and they generate off the land can be split appropriately. Like none of that's set in stone. So I did my best to think about what would be beneficial if things end up working how we think they're going to work, how we've been speculating. So a lot of value packed in there. You know, the petting service. You're going to get a Pepagotchi, which I think that in itself will be worth like 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 ETH eventually, because it will be sucked up by the fake rare community as well. So that can really pay for it. And then a lot of it's just going to be like, hey, you know, you have this NFT that identifies your role in the guild and your access benefits, and we might use that to gate certain experiences inside the realm once we start building. And then really importantly, like, hey, access to gotchis, access to guild lands, access to guild items that maybe are won once we start staking the ghosts together that we're going to gather together. Best rates if you have Avogotchis, and we end up with players that we've kind of like, you know, put together through the FOMO Scholar program. Maybe like that's a channel for you to rent directly to like guild players, right? And you get a better split by being a member. Custom access to the guild Polygon RPC. And really on top of all this is the raffle. So that's really great, right? You can see some of the prizes here. I put together a pretty extensive prize list. I want everybody to have an opportunity. Like, to me, like the money that's being donated to the guild treasury is not a black hole. Like, it's going to be used to generate more revenue for everybody. But I really wanted to incentivize, like, you know, membership. And I thought these prizes were pretty cool. So if you join the Keck Lords, you will be entered in to win all 10 of these prizes, where the Alpha Lords will only be able to win number 5 through 10. But 1 through 10, we're auctioning off 2 humble plots, or raffling off rather. D11 is our spot. You can see it on the map that's kept by RNG. He didn't want to give us. We have a lot of 11, and there's a partner parcel there. So I think that from a politically correct perspective, you know, we couldn't just get the whole square of D11, but we own most of D11, like a majority of it for sure. Probably, if I had to guess, maybe like 10, 15%, maybe 20%. I don't know. I got to crunch the numbers. And we also have a very heavy investment in number 12, which is right next to. And I was able to secure like a huge, massive land together on a corner, like 16 plots next to it. So, you know, we'll be expanding and figuring that out. But these two humbles are in a really, really cool spot. Let me see. This might be a little blurry because of the 1080p, but you can see them right here. They're actually right by the water, which is super dope. Right, and we actually, this is a guild plot right here, this one that's literally touching the water, and we have a bunch of stuff up in here, a lot of plots, like I would say another 10 or 15 plots there, and then we own this whole block down here, which is going to be like the HQ.
On
So,
my screen, it's just your gotchis.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
really?
Yeah, I can't see your
God.
screen.
You're pointing to your gotchis.
oh god, this whole time I'm like, I thought it was like literally showing you guys like the, let me switch.
No. I was like, why are you pointing to the gotchis and saying that there's water?
Hold on, let me get that. Like, let me change the window. That's what happens. So, yeah, here we go. Okay, so go live. Thank you for speaking up. So this is what I was speaking to before when I was like kind of reciting all that stuff. Which is, can you see this now?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is like the membership, right? And like kind of what I was talking about in writing, so you guys can go through it yourselves later, nice and easy. These are the prizes, really awesome stuff. So where I was talking to was number 1 and 2 are the humble plots, and they correspond to this map right here, which this is what I was circling. These 2 plots here. And we are spread out all over here, which this is going to be a fabulous landmark. I know it, right? Because we have that little white square in the middle, the little gray one. And then we have like these crazy waterfall looking things, or little lakes, or I don't know. And I think it's going to be a really interesting point of interest because it's right next to Dow Square. So we'll have a lot of traffic flowing out of Dow Square when events happen and stuff like that. I think this is going to be like a park. So we own a bunch here, and then our HQ is like right around here where I'm squaring out right now. It's about an area of like 8 spacious parcels, which I think is going to let us like have like a nice big impactful area that we can decorate and you can see from pretty high up in the map. So I think these are really cool plots. They're right on the water, and we own this one right here that's on the water. So like naturally, you would be able to walk in here and like get straight to the lake and or I'm sorry, the canal. And I don't know. I really like D11 where we're at, and we're kind of making it our own. So this is some information on those two parcels as well, right? What they're called, and if you want to look them up by token ID, you can. And so some of the other prizes, third place is 1,000 common raffle tickets. I kind of gauged that number. That's going to be about, in the new raffle coming up, that's going to be probably about maybe 2 to 4 common items. That's a fat prize, I almost kind of like that as much as the plots. I think the plots are undervalued right now, relative to like what I think their future perceived values. But this could land you 2 to 4 common items, completely dress, your half dress your gachi. So that's cool. Then I'm gonna pick a couple of uncommon wearables. I've been leaning towards the crowns lately, and kind of been like sweeping those up a little bit here and there. I don't know. We haven't picked a guild item yet, and I actually would like to probably have members join and us vote on like what our channeling item is gonna be. So fourth and fifth will be an uncommon wearable. 6 will be a common wearable. 7 will be 250 common tickets, which is at least one common item in my opinion. Eighth place or eighth random, there's no places, right? So it's just you can get any of these randomly. Number 8 is a free petting for 1 year with our petting service. 9 is a free Avagachi rental for 7 days. Once that all is figured out, you can take a guild gachi with 100% split for 7 days and just crack at it and see what you can do with it. Any of the gachis that are up for rental. And then 50 common tickets is the worst prize, which again, that gets you on the way to potentially a common item. So yeah, took a little time to put all this stuff together. It's in the membership channel for you guys to check it out. And yeah, if anybody has any questions and stuff, we're here to answer. And we're also, we lost a little momentum with the whole holidays and a bunch of our team members and myself and Master Yang caught COVID. So we were pretty good before the holidays and then like slowed down, but we're getting going again. And really, more importantly, what's really cool is that Alvi and I have been working on the smart contract. So right now the guild treasury is already set up in a Geonosis. It's a multi-sig with 4 key bearers and some safety keys. And that has been set up with the initial kind of members that joined the guild, that were some of programmers that work with Master Yang and I in our crypto startup. And we're making sure that things are going to be really transparent and decentralized as possible. But we've got that down, and we've got actually the minting of the NFTs that will be the different membership levels down. So I think as soon as next week, you'll be able to go to 8bitgg.com. And if you're whitelisted, which I'll talk to that in a second, you'll be able to actually go ahead and mint the NFT right from the website, join as a member, get your NFT, pay the ghost goes into treasury, and you're an official member and you're on the list, and all the benefits start coming to you. The way we're going to do the whitelisting is tomorrow at some point. I'm going to put up a couple of different channels that are for each membership level. And then I'm going to drop a type form in there. And the type form is going to be like 2 or 3 questions. Be like, how many gachas do you have? Do you want to participate and contribute to the guild? And like, what's your address and what's your Discord name? And once you're whitelisted, once we unlock the minting, you'll be able to go to the site and just mint there directly and receive all your assets and your membership token and the Pepagachi and all that good stuff. So that's the plan.
This is fantastic. And yeah, I want to thank you, Master Ian, for putting this together. And I know Alvi was here earlier, but I guess he had to step out. But, really, really, excited about, kind of kicking this off and watching this organically kind of grow one member at a time. And, I think that this is just a really cool, grassroots, organic, gachi native DAO or guild. And, I'm just very excited to kind of watch people come in and contribute, and whether it be, again, just want to become a really good player, or I want to, create great content, or I want to create I want to develop, applications, etc. Like that's really what I envision, like the type of membership into this DAO. And not everybody's going to be at different skill sets, different uh
We're
you
gonna
know
find different ways for people to
yeah.
contribute, whether it's like writing a BS blog or writing a, Andy already put together a cool little bot. I gotta get with him and strike that bounty out and give him a path to, making a couple of different other bots that I think we could really use here. Things to like, this is all new for Master Yang and I, so we're entrepreneurs, so like we know how to slap stuff together, but I think that there's a lot of help that the community could really have really positive input that makes it even better right now. I'm at this point where here's the initial framework, this is the ground floor. Takes a little money if you want to be in the inner circle. That money's only going to be used to make more money, and really try to grow what this is organically, and maybe with some other kind of more in real life strategies. Like a bunch of us have a lot of relatives and people that are into crypto in South America and Venezuela, right? So the guild will kind of morph into its own thing, but I would agree with Master Yang that right now it's more about quality versus quantity. And that's what we kind of want to be about, and give people a path to make dough, enjoy playing Avagachi, strategize together with us, and create a really good foundation, and eventually make it so that the guild can grow in a really good way, and it's not going to implode on itself. When we have like our core people that we know are been here from the start, and have like their mind in the right place, and hopefully a path to the goal is always hopefully a path to rewards and revenue, and that's what PDE gaming's about. And this game in particular, I think lends itself to this kind of organizational structure where people that figure out how to work with like-minded individuals are going to be rewarded much more than those just are solo wolfing this game.
Dude, I'm so excited to get this play this game already. God, I cannot take it anymore, man. Like I want them to get it right, obviously, but Jesus,
Yeah,
Linking up at the testnet launch 28th
28th,
for
yeah.
stress test.
yeah. When is that? It's the end of this month, right?
28th.
Yeah, 28th.
Oh, perfect. So at the end of the raffle.
God, dude, I'm like counting the days, man. It's like getting like mad. I I cannot wait to get to this game, play with everybody, and then just watch like just the talent pour in, and really just like how can we like bring some of this talent together? Like I'm just so excited, you guys. Like
Yeah, we have like a lot of fun ideas, and I think like we can really manage a guild treasury well. We have some things that I will grow the guild and grow Avagachi, in our opinion. I have a bunch of ideas, and I know a bunch of NFT artists like in the Tezos space and some in ETH that maybe we can collaborate with and start issuing NFTs from the guild that are very high quality as like a way to raise funds and for the treasury and produce, a larger treasury and that kind of stuff. Like, and I'm open-minded, and I'm down to listen to whatever people want to throw up as ideas, and that's kind of the point of like getting this membership structure in place so we can start setting up, more guild chats. We have our public chats and everything, and we're all participating there, but then we have some internal chats where we can start collaborating. Those are dead right now because nobody, even everybody that's in the guild right now that's marked as a guildie, is going to be paying, the Keck Lord, myself, Master Yang, anybody that you already see, Alvi, that's already like considered like a guildie up in the 6 people that you see there, those people are going to pay in as well. So the treasury already has like a bit of a foundation. But I think that with this raffle, and if we spread the word, I think that we can probably have a decent fundraising, because I think it's a no-brainer with the prizes, especially even in the 25 ghost range with the alpha nobles. There's really good benefits there, and you can definitely have a pretty solid shot at getting your money back. So this is a living document. It may change a little bit. I'm not sure how the timing of everything is going to be. I would love to punch it through before the auction, especially because of the tickets. Maybe if we can't get it through before the auction, what we'll do instead is, instead of the tickets, I'll just give away the actual items. Like I'll put those tickets to play with the other tickets that I'm playing, and I'll get those items, and maybe we'll do it post the auction so that the wearables and the commons and the uncommons that you get are from the new sets, which I think would be pretty cool.
I gotta jump off here. It's
Yeah,
getting late. I got work in the morning. I'm still kind of wagey.
Yeah, Appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you
I
for.
appreciate
Thanks
you guys, and I've got 2 more closed portals. So if you guys want to run this back sometime, again.
Yeah, let's do it for sure. I think I'll probably probably won't do it again this week, but next week I have another 3 ready to go. So let's get down on that, and maybe we can do one of yours and 3 of the guilds, and 4 is like a good number because once you get to 5 or 6, it starts taking a while.
Yep. See you guys. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good one. Thank
Have
you.
a good one, man.
So yeah, man, I'll let that simmer with everybody, and let me know what y'all think. You can reach me via DM in the chat, in the membership chat, wherever.
Yeah, and I'm gonna shut down the stream here. So anybody listening to the stream, thank you for coming out tonight and watching us open some portals. Got a pretty sick 531, and we'll be doing this again next week.